I wouldn't run. If you do, she'll think you're something good to eat.
Hollywood has always loved sweeping epics, dust storms, deserts, love triangles, larger-than-life performances. In 1985, one film soared above them all, winning 7 Academy Awards and becoming a cultural touchstone. Out of Africa. Meryl Streep, Robert Redford, and the African savanna itself. It looked romantic, noble, even timeless. But here's the thing. Behind the camera, the making of Out of Africa wasn't just grueling, it was downright weird. The shoot mixed glamour with grit, Oscar glory with mosquito bites, and passion with pure chaos. So pack your bags, saddle your horse, and bring mosquito repellent. Because today we're counting down 10 weird but true facts about Out of Africa that'll make you see this classic in a whole new way.
Are you cold?
Partly cold.
Partly cold, yes. I brought the ivory with me on the train.
Well, thank you.
Number 1. Meryl's accent showdown. Meryl Streep doesn't do things halfway. To play Karen Blixen, she studied tapes, drilled Danish English cadences, and even learned Danish phonetics by heart. She arrived on set sounding uncannily like the real woman. But Sydney Pollack took one listen and said, "Too accurate. The audience won't understand you," so she was forced to soften her performance into a more cinematic version. Imagine training for the Olympics only to be told, "Jog slower so the crowd can keep up." That was Meryl, ready for gold, then told to hold back. Number 2. The lion was real. That famous lion attack? No special effects. No animatronic stand-in. That was a live lion, trained but still unpredictable. Robert Redford had to step in and physically push it back in the scene. Off-camera, wranglers waited with loaded rifles in case things went wrong. Streep later said the terror you see on her face wasn't acting, it was survival. To make matters even wilder, Sydney Pollack himself appeared briefly in the background of the lion sequence, making a cameo as a passing bystander. That's right, the director risked walking onto a live lion set just to sneak himself into the movie.
Doesn't it matter to you that I'm another man's wife?
No. What matters to me is that you tried so hard.
Number 3. Redford's hair war. Sydney Pollack thought Redford looked too California golden boy for a rugged British adventurer. He wanted darker, more serious hair. Redford refused. "I'm not dyeing my hair for this," he told him. For days they argued, until Pollack finally gave up. What you see on screen is Redford's natural sun-bleached mane. It may have looked out of place in colonial Africa, but Redford knew one thing. Dennis Finch Hatton's hair would be just as legendary as his plane. Number 4. Mosquito apocalypse. On camera, Kenya looked like paradise. Off camera, it was a mosquito apocalypse. The crew said swarms were so thick they looked like moving clouds. Even drenched in repellent, people woke up with dozens of bites. Several crew members contracted malaria, forcing shooting delays. At one point, a sound operator joked that the real star of the movie wasn't Streep or Redford. It was the buzzing in everyone's ears. They weren't far off. Number 5. The coffee that wasn't. Blixen's coffee farm is the heart of her story, but by the 1980s, that land had switched to flowers for export. Coffee simply wasn't there anymore, so the filmmakers replanted acres of coffee trees just for the movie. They even hired agricultural workers to tend them so the plants would look mature on camera. Think about that. Hollywood grew an entire fake crop just so Streep could walk through rows of beans that weren't really beans.
Laughed loud and long, and all the while, his eyes went to and fro.
Number 6. Redford's shampoo scene. One of the most famous romantic gestures in cinema is Redford washing Streep's hair by the river. Soft light, a gentle touch, pure movie magic. But Streep hated filming it. The water was icy, soap stung her eyes, and Redford poured water over her head like he was hosing down a horse. After 20 takes, she was numb and furious. The audience swooned, but behind the scenes, the most romantic scene of the movie was pure misery. Number 7. Dangerous elephants. Wranglers kept lions, leopards, even flamingos under control. But elephants were another matter. One afternoon, a herd wandered close to the set. At first calm, they suddenly charged. Crews scattered. Trucks were abandoned. Some cameras were trampled flat. Pollack later admitted he thought someone might die that day. No amount of Oscars can save you when a 10-ton elephant decides you're in its way.
Men who missed moose in Alaska, grizzly in America, tiger in India, are all at sea now, bound for here.
Number 8. The script that almost wasn't. Karen Blixen's memoir is poetic but not structured like a film. Studios had called it unfilmable for decades. 4 separate script attempts collapsed before Pollack's team finally cracked it. Even then, Universal executives hesitated. 3 hours of colonial romance sounded like box office poison. But Pollack fought for it. He trimmed, restructured, and leaned heavily on John Barry's soaring score to hold the story together. The gamble paid off. $227 million worldwide and 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture.
Aren't you boarding?
No, I'm going on.
On to where?
Mention the ivory to Barclay Cove. Lord knows him.
Number 9. Redford refused the accent. Here's the kicker. While Meryl spent months studying speech patterns, Robert Redford flat out refused to adopt a British accent for Dennis Finch Hatton. His reason? He thought it would distract audiences. So he played it straight, just Robert Redford in khakis. Critics noticed the mismatch, but audiences didn't seem to mind. Pollack defended the choice, saying Redford's charisma outweighed any accent. Redford does what Redford wants. Number 10. The Real Grave of Dennis Finch Hatton. The final scenes show Blixen visiting Finch Hatton's grave overlooking the Ngong Hills. That grave is real, and the film shot on location. But it's a sacred site for locals who weren't happy about trucks and cranes parked on their hillside. To ease tensions, the production held traditional ceremonies to ask permission. Imagine building lights and dolly tracks on a grave, while elders look on, arms folded. Hollywood romance was literally staged on holy ground. And there you have it. Lions, accents, coffee fakery, and elephants on a rampage. 10 strange truths about Out of Africa that prove the movie was just as wild behind the camera as it looked on screen. But here's the bigger lesson. Great cinema is never just what you see on the screen. It's the arguments, the accidents, the sleepless nights, and the strange compromises that somehow transform chaos into beauty. So tell me, what fact blew your mind the most? The lion inches from Streep's throat? Redford refusing dye, dialect, and cold rivers? Or the coffee plantation that wasn't real? Drop your pick in the comments. And if you love digging into Hollywood's stranger side, hit that like button and subscribe, because the next story is even stranger.